Don't be one of the guys that fail. Don't be one of the people that go on a training course and then go all out for 1 month, find that it's not really worked for you, and then quit in month 2. Remember why you're doing this. Remember, you're in this for the long term, and you're in this to win, not to fail. Hi guys, it's Arsh, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you the 3 main reasons why people fail in property. But more importantly, I'm going to be showing you the 3 things that you should be doing to become a success in property. Before we do that, I need a small favor from you. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Every time I release a new video, you get to get notified of it. So let's get straight into it. Lots of people approach me and say, Arsh, I've been trying to do property, or I'm trying to get involved in property. I've been on a course, I've been on a weekend workshop, or I've seen this, or I've done this, and it's not really working for me. What am I doing wrong? And for me, I see it time and time again, and I'm going to outline the 3 things that I find as almost like the common denominator which make them fail. So number 1 is that they don't have a USP. They don't have a unique selling point. They don't have anything that differentiates them from another person. I'm going to give you an example here. So just imagine everyone talks about a HMO register and the public information that they have on the HMO register. So HMO, they go off and get the HMO register, great. They write to the people on the HMO register, or, I'm just using this as an example. But on that letter, it's very generic. Oh, I'd like to rent your property off you on a long-term basis, on a 3, 5 year, 7 year period. I can look after your maintenance. But there's no real, it's all very generic. There's nothing unique about that offering. Now, I get letters like this on a weekly basis. And when I look at these letters, it's almost like I look at it and think, well, I wouldn't give my properties to these people. And the reason why is because these guys are no different to the other person that wrote to me, or to the other person that wrote to me last week. What makes you different? So rule number 1, tip number 1, write down your USP, write down your unique selling point. What we talk about by unique selling point, what makes you different? Why should a landlord give you their property? Why should that person allow you to sell their property, whatever it may be, over, let's say, for argument's sake, another estate agent, or another letting agent, or another tenant that wants to take on that property? What makes you unique? Now, there's lots of things that could make you unique. Could be that the property's in Manchester, the landlord's in London, and it could be that you're based in Manchester, so you could be the hands on the ground, the feet on the ground, the eyes on the ground. It could be that you're going to offer a great rent. It could be that you're going to give them a guaranteed rent. Now, these all sound like generic stuff, but what makes it different is that you're going to be able to give the landlord a superior service so that they don't have to worry about voids, bad debt, maintenance, and all that kind of stuff. But you need to understand what is your USP. Don't just go out with the generic stuff. If they're going to give you this property on a rent-to-rent basis, or they're going to give you their property to sell, if you're a deal sourcer, they want to be able to confirm that in their own mind that the property is left in good hands. So stamp your authority. Tell them about who you are. Tell them about what you're doing. Tell them about how long you've been doing it. Hopefully you've got some experience behind you. Tell them about all the good things that have gone well for you. Tell them about some of the bad things that have happened to you and how you've overcome them to become a success. One of the things that I do quite well is because I've been involved in this a long time, 21 years now. And when I go to meet a landlord, I tell them that I've been involved in 21 years. I've told them about the good things that have happened, tell them about the number of tenants I got, tell them about the systems that I've created. I tell them about how we do things different to other landlords and how we manage to maintain a high occupancy rate and a high rent collection rate. And these are all good things that landlords like to hear because it instills confidence in them to show that you're going to be able to take on their property, manage it correctly, make sure that the landlord's going to get paid, and it works as a win-win for all parties. Now, reason number 2 why people fail. And this is a big one, this is probably the biggest one, they are not consistent with their action. Now, I've seen lots of people that go on deal sourcing workshops, or go on a HMO workshop, or a rent-to-rent workshop, whatever it may be, and they instantly come out and they said, you know what, we're going to smash it this week. We are going to absolutely obliviate the property market. We are going to become the next big thing in property. I hate this word, game changer. I am the game changer in property. How many times have you heard that nonsense? Sorry if you're one of these people that go around shouting that you're a game changer, or you're going to change the way the property industry is going to go from here. Guess what, guys? You're not. More importantly, treat property as a marathon, not a sprint. I've been saying this for so long. I see lots of people saying, I'm going to call 10 agents this week. I'm going to write 1,000, I'm going to send out 1,000 leaflets. I'm going to write 100 letters. And what they find is that because it hasn't happened for them instantly, they've not got instant success, they don't follow up. which means that with all due respect, think of all the companies. I'll tell you who does it really well. Domino's. Let's just use Domino's Pizza. Now, I don't know about you, but from time to time, if you like a bit of a takeout, Domino's Pizza, and if you've ordered off them previously over the phone, you can guarantee that pretty much Friday afternoon, approximately 4 p.m, you're going to get text message from Domino's. Guys, it's nearly the weekend. It's treat day. Do you want another pizza? You ordered from us last week. Do you want to order again from us this week? And they're very consistent with their action. Now, treat this to the same way for your property journey. So when was the last time? And think about this logically. If you wrote to a landlord or if you spoke to an estate agent, what did you do to follow up on that? Just because you called an estate agent once, what's the chances that estate agent's going to remember you? How many other calls have they taken that week? What have you done differently? And this goes back to my USP point. What have you done? How have you been able to make that impression so that the agency remembers you, that landlord remembers you? What makes you different? But more importantly, how many times have you contacted them? Have you just contacted them the once, hoping that they're going to be really interested in what you offer and they're going to take you up on your offer? No chance. If you're doing direct to vendor marketing, if you're writing them a letter, how many letters have you wrote to them? Are you just writing to them the once, hoping that they're going to call you? That's not how it works. Think of, going back to my analogy of Domino's, how many times have Domino's had to send me a leaflet through the post for me to become interested in their service? How many times have they had to text me? They've had to do that quite a few times. So they've been consistent in their action. And as a result of that, I've now become a customer to their service or to their product. And that's the same with property. If you're going to put out some leaflets, make sure that you're going to go through the process and make sure that you're going to hit that area multiple times. Don't just think, I'm going to send out one leaflet and I'm going to do really well from that area. It doesn't work like that. You've got to send out leaflet number 1. Then you've got to send out leaflet number 2. Chances are that you'll probably get a call on leaflet number 3, because guess what, guys? The vendors will start to think, well, these guys are serious. They've approached me 3 times for my property. I'm sure these guys can help me. And this is the key. Consistency is the key. You've got to make sure that if you spoke to an agency today, or let's say this week, you've got to follow up with them next week, the week after. Stay in their mind. Ensure that they know who you are and what you're all about. Which takes me on to tip number 3 as to why people fail, or this is one of the reasons why people fail. There's no follow-up. Again, going back to my point of the letters, lots of people write one letter, but they don't follow up with that letter. Lots of people send out a leaflet and then they forget about that area. Oh, we didn't get any response to that area, so we're not going to do it again. How do you know? How do you know that you didn't get a response? Perhaps your message was wrong. Perhaps you need to go back to them with another message and another message. And I practiced my marketing tactics so many times before I got it right. And once you know that you've got it right, the response and the success will follow. But in order to do that, you have to make sure that you're following through. Now, again, going back to my point of follow-up, let's talk about estate agents. And as I previously mentioned, you have to call them this week. You have to call them next week. You have to call them the following week. You have to keep in contact with them, whether this be by phone call, whether it be by email, whether it be by popping in, whatever it may be. Don't think that you're going to be a one-hit wonder. You're going to walk in, they're going to fall to your feet, and they're going to say, yes, here's all the deals, take all my properties. That's not how it works, guys. And these are the 3 main reasons why people fail, because they can't keep the pace. And that's why I say that anyone that comes on any of my trainings, don't go out in week 1 and burn yourself out. Create a plan. Look at your Monday to Friday. Look at the next month. Look at the next 3 months and create a plan. Who are you going to target? Who are you going to approach? How are you going to approach? Why are you approaching them? What are you offering them? What makes you different? And more importantly, what makes you special? When I say special, we're talking about why should they offer you that property as opposed to them give it to either another estate agent to sell, either another letting agent to manage, or a tenant who's looking to move into that property. So now here's a bit of homework for you. Get a piece of paper, A4 piece of paper, and write down on there all the things that we've just covered in this video. What's your USP? What makes you special? And make sure that when you're speaking to a vendor, you spell these out so that if they've not got it through your marketing message, they've definitely got it while you're speaking to them. And make sure that message hits home. So there we have it, guys. A bit more of a direct video than usual, and more so just full of nuggets. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. Don't be one of the guys that fail. Don't be one of the people that go on a training course and then go all out for 1 month, find that it's not really worked for you, and then quit in month 2. Remember why you're doing this. Remember you're in this for the long term and you're in this to win, not to fail. Play the game. Understand your USP. Remain consistent with your action, and the detail and the money is in the follow-up. So there's my 3 tips to ensure that you succeed in property. As always, guys, if you want more free content, I've got loads of it out there for you. So I release a new podcast every Tuesday at 6 a.m. It's called The Property Rebel. Go and find it on all podcast store, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. As well as that, you want to connect with me on social media? Please feel free to follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, all under the handle of Arsh. And then finally, if you haven't already done so, go and download the Property Investor app. It's the UK's first property investment platform, which showcases all kinds of deals all over the UK. Got to remember, I've been in this game 21 years. I've been consistent with my action for 21 years, which has got me to market leader position. I'm the only person in the UK to have been able to release a property app, which showcases hundreds of property deals all over the UK. BMV deals, rent-to-rent deals, lease option deals, service accommodation deals, commercial deals, land deals, you name it, we've got them all on there. Go and check us out. You can either go to our website, which is propertyinvestorapp.co.uk, or if you've got a smartphone, go to the App Store, type in Property Investor and download it. It takes 2 minutes to download and register. You've got them all in the palm of your hand. So there we have it, guys. Don't be that one-trick pony, but more importantly, make sure you're in it for the long term and be a success. Take care, guys. Look forward to speaking to you all soon. Bye-bye.